Hi Yoga Tribe, welcome to this gentle heart opening flow where we'll be doing some opening through the chest, nothing too crazy. Let's get started. So finding a bolster or maybe a couple of pillows that you can lay on and just bringing it to the sacrum. And so you can either have the knees high, facing the sky, or you can bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, and then start to lay on the bolster or the pillows or even a rolled up blanket. You can bring the arms wide as far as they'll let you, or you can just have the hands by the side if that's a little bit more comfortable. So maybe just shut the eyes for a moment before our flow, allowing yourself to just really check in with the body, notice any areas of tension, any areas of softness. Start to deepen the breath. And here you might like to, as you inhale, just expand through the rib cage. And as you exhale, just allow that rib cage to fall. So expanding in all different directions. And just allowing the shoulders, the muscles in the face, even the muscles in the hips, just to relax with every exhalation. Just releasing tension here. A few more breaths. Deep breaths right down into the belly. And then just placing the hands by the sides, press into the forearms and also the hands to come back up. And you can bring that pillow or the bolster to the front of the mat and just take a tabletop position. So the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll take some cat-cows to begin. Inhale, sweep the head through. Belly towards the mat. Exhale, arching the back, gaze in between the big toes. Continuing that breath, that movement to breath. And head through, shoulders down the back. And of course, you can place a blanket or a pillow underneath the knees if you need a little bit more padding here. Finding a neutral spine. On the next inhalation, open up the right arm, reach it high. And exhale, we're going to come through underneath the left arm. Inhale, opening up, reaching the right arm high. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reaching it up high. And exhale, just laying on your head and the right shoulder. Option to bring the left hand to the lower back. And you can start to peel that left shoulder open, coming or deepening our twist. Taking a breath here. And then releasing the left hand. Inhale, open up through the right arm, reaching high. Exhale, hand comes down towards the mat. Inhale, open the left arm this time. Exhale, bring it underneath the right arm. Inhale, reaching that left arm high. Exhale, underneath the right arm. Inhale, left hand comes high. Exhale, left arm underneath the right arm, and then if you choose, you can place your hand on the lower back. Keep the hips over the knees. Start to peel that right shoulder open just a little bit more. One more breath here. Right hand comes to the mat, opening up through the left arm. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Reaching the hands forward, taking your opening heart pose or anahata pose. So you don't have to come all the way to the mat, just feeling a nice opening through the shoulders, the chest. Take a breath in and exhale. And then we'll come back up and find our tabletop position. Lengthening through the right leg. Keep the spine in neutral. Just take 2 breaths here. And on the next exhalation, bring the knee to the chin to chest. Bring that right foot through in between the hands, and I like to place a little bit of padding underneath my knee. So we're in our low lunge. You might come up to the fingertips, you might come up to a block. Just bring the chest forward if you can. Nice work, and then press into that right foot. Lifting up the hands here. Hands lift up. Right arm comes down by the side or to a block. Left hand reaches up and over. Getting a nice stretch in those hip flexors. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe deepen. Coming back to center. The right hip comes back as you bring the hands back to the mat, and you can have a bend in the knee as much as you like. You might even peel the toes back, getting a nice stretch for the hamstrings here. And of course the calf muscle, if you've got those toes back, you might be feeling it there as well. Now you might just stay here, or you might start to undulate down with the breath. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding over a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Now from here, you might even like to reach around to the outside of the right foot with the left hand, and then start to straighten that spine, bringing the chest forward. You'll feel that a little deeper. Place the foot back on the mat. Inhale, come back to our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, we'll come back to our half splits. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, right hip back, half splits. Inhale. And exhale, hands down, half splits. From here, we can bring the knee back, and then we can come to the other side. So lengthen through the left leg, draw the belly in, just keep that spine straight for 2 more breaths. The next exhalation, bring the knee to the chest, chin to the floor, and then the left foot comes through. Just make sure that the ankle's underneath the knee. Come up to the fingertips, chest forward, shoulders down and back. Take a breath here. And then from here, we'll start to lift the hands up. Bring the left hand down to the side or to a block, reaching the right arm up and over. Take another breath here. Inhale, hands hands come up, and exhale. Left hip comes back, straighten through the left leg, or you can have a little bit of a bend in the knee, that's okay. You might peel the toes back. You might start to come down with the breath. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, maybe come down a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Another option here is to just come up, chest forward, right hand to the outside of the left foot, and start to open that heart, open that chest, lengthening the spine. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And placing the foot down, we'll find some movement in this pose. So inhale, reaching the hands up. In our low lunge, exhale, half splits. And so when we come into our deeper back bends, we don't just want to open up through the chest and the shoulders, but we also want to open up through other parts of the body as well. So the hip flexors can really help us to get into our deeper back bends. And also moving through different parts of the back, so our twists as well. Bring the knees back, and from here, from tabletop, you'll move the knees back just a few times, just so that you're in a plank position, but on the knees. So keep pressing into the fingertips and the knuckles, shift the shoulders forward, have the elbows in by the sides. So come down halfway, keep the elbows pointing back, come down all of the way, backs of the feet on the mat, lifting through the chest. This is our baby cobra pose. Now if you want to go a little higher, you can press into the hands and lift up a little bit higher into our upward facing dog. And then exhale, come down, tuck the toes, come through tabletop to come to our downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips up. You might widen the stance a little bit if that feels better for you. Pedaling the feet. This is our first downward dog, facing dog of the class. And then find some stillness here. Feet are hip distance apart. Bend the knees as much as you need to. So we don't want that rounding in the spine, but rather bend the knees a little bit more. Bring the hips up so that we can have a nice straight spine. Gaze to the top of the mat, and then step to the top of the mat and forward fold here. Inhale, sweeping the hands up. You might bring the feet together, interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, and then lift up and back. So we're opening through the chest rather than just bending in the back. So it might be a small little back bend here. You don't have to go too far. 2 more breaths. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Placing the hands on the mat. Come back to our plank. So you might have the knees down. So high plank to low plank. Push back up to high plank. And then low plank, elbows pointing behind. Come down to your belly. And this time, we'll take a one-legged bow. So let's do the left leg, reaching with the left hand. You can have the right hand forward. Don't press down on this hand. So you might even take it off the ground just a little bit. From here, inhale, press the foot into the hand as you start to lift. Lift the chest, taking your half bow, one-legged bow. Take another breath here. And And then bring the hand down, releasing the foot. Press into the hands, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting up the right leg. Exhale, shoulders over the wrist, bring the knee to chest, and the foot comes through in between the hands, coming up to a high lunge here. Now from here, bend the elbows, draw the shoulder blades down the back for cactus arms. You can open up through the chest. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest, elbows together. Inhale, open up, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, open up, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean forward, inhale. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Turn and twist. So as you inhale, think about lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, you're twisting, drawing the belly in. The hands are in prayer. You might even eventually be able to bring them to the center of the chest. Take 2 more breaths here. And on the next inhalation, start to unravel, coming up to your lunge. Now pivot the back foot here, so the heel comes down. You're in your warrior one pose. You might even widen the stance if that feels better for the hips. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Point the index fingers. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, forward fold down into your humble warrior. Allow the head to come down. Allow the arms to come up. 2 more breaths here. Pressing into the front foot as you come back up. Hands come high. Inhale. Exhale. Opening up. Warrior 2. Shoulders over the wrists. And you might just maneuver the feet so that the front heel is aligned with the back arch. Gazing over the front fingertips, bending through the front knee. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reach it up and sweep it back. With the left hand, you might have it on the thigh. You might hook around to that front hip. 1 more breath here. And the next exhalation, cartwheel the hands down, so that we come back to the mat. We come back to our high plank, perhaps on the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, exhale, come down, untuck the toes, and we'll do bow on the other side. So right foot this time, lengthen through the left hand. As you inhale, pressing that right foot into the right hand, and you might even just lift, or just make sure you're not putting pressure on this left hand here. Lifting the hand perhaps. And then from here, come down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg this time. So we're coming to the other side. Exhale, shoulders over the wrist. Bend the knee, bring it into the chest. And then bring that left foot in between the hands. Inhale. Ooh, lunge. High lunge. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale. And exhale. Elbows together. Inhale, opening up through the chest. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, bring them to the chest. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale. Elbow to knee. So we've got the right elbow to the left knee, turning and twisting. My legs are very slippery here. And eventually we might have the hands to the center of the chest, shoulders down the back. 2 more breaths. And as you inhale, unravel, lifting the hands up, plant that heel down, the right heel down, interlace the fingers, and then move them over one, so it's the non-comfortable way. Point the index fingers, inhale, open up the heart, exhale, lean forward, humble warrior. Lifting the hands. Taking 2 more breaths here. Next inhalation, sweep the hands up, open up to warrior 2. Bend through the front knee, shoulders over the wrists, flipping the front palm. Inhale, sweeping it up and back. Cartwheel the hands down. Come back to your plank. Honor off the knees. Inhale. Exhale, come down to the belly. Now here you can either take one leg or both legs for our bow pose. As we inhale, press the feet into the hands. Try and keep the knees about hip distance apart. Holding it for 3 more breaths. Maybe lift a little higher if that feels okay. And then release, press into the hands. Bring the knees wide, hips to heels. Child's pose. Take a breath here. So we'll just come through that flow again, just a little quicker this time. Press into the hands, tabletop. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring it through in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale here. Inhale, cactus the arms. Exhale, elbows together. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, bring the heel down. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open up the heart. And exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, bow pose with 1 or 2 legs. And release. Pressing back into your downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a moment here. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale. Inhale, cactus arms, open the chest. Exhale, elbows together. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, pivot the back foot. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. And just from here, we'll come back to our downward facing dog. Take a breath in and exhale. So So from here, we'll come to our backs. Just taking a twist. So lengthen through the left leg. The right foot can come to the left thigh, and just bring the right knee over to the left side. Keep the shoulders on the mat, lengthening through the right arm. Maybe look towards the right. And then we'll come back to center. Let's do the other side. Lengthen through the right leg, left foot on the right thigh. Bring the knee over to the right. Keep the shoulders on the mat. We're lengthening through the left arm, gazing over to the left. And then from here, come back to center. Hug the knees to the chest. And you can either just keep the soles of the feet together, the knees wide, or you can take a happy baby pose just to finish up here. Rocking from side to side. And then find stillness, drawing the knees down. 2 more breaths. Now, option 2, maybe stay in happy baby for a little bit longer if you like, or you can bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, or you can take the traditional Shavasana with the legs straight. It does help, it feels nice for the lower back if you have the knees bent, so that's another option too. And then I encourage you to stay for as long as you can for the Shavasana, at least 5 minutes. And thank you for joining me today for this gentle heart opening sequence, although I worked up a little bit of a sweat, so it was a little bit strong, but the heart opening wasn't too intense. And thank you very much. Namaste.